This is music, and this is a bit of a light haul. So I went into the wild the other day. I went to a Chord's outlet shop. A Chord is a chain of record stores in Copenhagen, and they have one outlet shop where they sell stuff that's typically rated G and below. And most of it is actually pretty good. It sounds good in any case. But I decided to go there. We were downtown anyways. I flipped through some of the CDs and some of the vinyls, and I found a couple of things. And this haul is a bit lightweight because it's not that heavy on metal and things like that. But I did find some metal. So let's just get down to it. The first one, I got a couple of CDs. The first one is this one, Accept Death Row. So some good old school metal here. This is from 94. And the next one was in the metal section. Sometimes they have a metal section, sometimes they don't. That depends on their stock. But this time around they had a metal section, and I found this one here, which I'm very familiar with. It's Touchstone, The City Sleeps. Touchstone is metal adjacent, but it's more like prog, hard rock, I would say. Very good stuff. I might even have this one already, let's see, but I picked it up. It was very cheap. Touchstone, The City Sleeps. And the last CD is, I've been lucky and just to find a lot of Furious Trauma lately. So I found this one, Roll the Dice. It's out on Season of Mist. So there you go. Furious Trauma, Roll the Dice. So that's the CD. So let's turn to the vinyls. Found this one here, Heart, self-titled. And you know the great sense of fashion. 80s, of course. Here again, great sense of fashion. I'm actually not that familiar with their 80s output, so I saw this one and I figured, you know what, I'll give it a chance. The next one I bought for the sake of nostalgia. Nick Kershaw, Human Racing. I almost said Human Trafficking, which would be terrible. Human Racing. It has I Won't Let the Sun Go Down on Me, and that's why I bought it, because I liked that song as a kid. There's also Wouldn't It Be Good, which is pretty good. And there is a metal connection here because there's a band called Anubis Gate, a Danish prog metal band, who actually covered Wouldn't It Be Good. So there is a metal connection at least. But Nick Kershaw, Human Racing, for reasons of nostalgia. Then I picked up a bunch of Saga records. So the first one to show is this one here, In Transit. And the next one is Wildest Dreams. And of course, I don't know of course, but Behavior and A World Apart. And I picked these up because I have a bunch of their sort of later output, and I really enjoy it. That's kind of like hard rock, progressive hard rock, I would say. But in the 80s, they had kind of more of almost like a pop feel. So I figured, since I saw these, and some of these are, I think, even from the 70s. Since I saw these, I would pick them up, give them a listen. I really enjoy their kind of like 2000s and later output, but why not check out their earlier stuff? So that's a bunch of Saga, and the last one is a comp. It's Heavy Canada featuring Bagman Turner Overdrive, Chilliwack, I don't know them, Rush, of course, Stampeders, and Thundermark, I don't know those either. So, picked it up, seemed cool. And What's interesting is this hype sticker that says Heavy Canada, Air France, and Vi Unge, which is like or was back in the 80s, maybe even earlier than that. It was kind of like a magazine for teenagers. So it's probably going to be fun. Just a detail which I found hilarious when I checked out the inner sleeve. There's a completely incorrect inner sleeve. This is a Danish TV personality, Jørgen Mylius, who was a music DJ, and I guess technically a VJ, although he was older than that. So he was a television presenter, and he was heavily involved with the Danish Eurovision contest. And here there's some notes on a lot of sort of Danish bands from back then. I think a lot of these are bands that belong to a genre called pigtrådsmusik, barbed wire music, which is not as heavy as it sounds at all, but it is the correct disc. So I thought that was kind of fun. And I got this very, very cheap. I paid what we say in Danish a dog for it, which sounds like I actually sacrificed one of my pets, which is not the case. Hund is the Danish word for dog. It's always also the Danish word for, or an abbreviation for 100, 100 in Danish. So I paid 100 kroner, Danish kroner for it, and this is not a lot. This is around maybe 10 euro, 11 euro or something like that, 10 or 11 pounds as well. So very cheap haul indeed. Light on metal, but heavy on some other fun stuff. Anyways, thanks for watching.